Lord, if we could just get it across this morning. And then the Bible went on. It says that God accepted Abel's sacrifice because it was the only sacrifice. Cain's altar might have been beautiful. Let me bring Walter in. Everybody knows Walter. They show his produce on TV advertising. How beautiful it is. And I've watched them. I was down at WSPA TV 7 in Spartanburg quite a few years ago. And they had a setup where they were doing a commercial for a hamburger. And they had this hamburger sitting on a table. And they had lights all around it. And there was a guy standing there squirting water. So when the lights hit it, it would just dazzle with lights. He don't know how close I come by to getting that hamburger. But as we begin to see that Walter's produce on TV looks just so beautiful. And yes, this sacrifice that he gave looked good to him. It might have looked good in the eyes of the world. But there was nothing of his own doings that could bring him back to God. It was repulsive to God. Listen to me, saints. Anything other than the cross and Him crucified is repulsive in the eyes of God. He went on, but unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect. What was wrong with Cain? His offering shows pride and unbelief. And it shows that he was trying to do something other than what was acceptable to God. The church, if we go back over here this morning and we look now, why did these two brothers do what they did? Why did they need grace? Because they were unregenerate men. They were being motivated by their thought process. They were being motivated by something other than Christ and Him crucified. Church, anything we try to offer up unto God that does not speak of the blood of Jesus Christ is totally unacceptable. They stand before Joseph expecting to receive judgment. Saints, that's where we're at today. Unregenerate man stands before God expecting to receive judgment. But as with Joseph here, he says, come unto me. I'll give you grace. Listen to me, saints of God. How have we walked on the blood of Jesus Christ? How have we walked upon the work that Calvary did? Brother Mike, I'm a good person. I give money to the church. I do all these good things. That's not the acceptable thing that God's looking for. He's looking for the work of Jesus Christ. He's looking to extend to us grace in this day. Any one of these brothers could have walked out at any time and said, no, I'm not taking anything from him. But grace was there. God's grace that saved these men was there. And I don't know why this thought comes into play. But John chapter 18 and 38, Jesus was talking with Pilate. Pilate began to say to him, what is truth? Just what is truth? Saints, we're bombarded with preachers and sermons and TV evangelists and things we see. This is the truth. This is the way. Come unto me. But church, only God's grace that was given by Jesus Christ, being that Lamb without spot and without blemish. That's the only sacrifice. That's the only truth that there is for this generation of people. There's a Savior that's calling. What hurts me today is I find men and women that go to churches every time the doors are open and they're not saved. They know nothing of the blood of Jesus Christ. They're offering sacrifices that are unacceptable to God. Don't anybody that ever sees or hears this message think that Mike Dalton and the New Testament Assembly is the only group that's right. Thank God there's a bunch of folks, come on saints, that have pleaded the blood of Jesus Christ on their life. We got some brothers and sisters in Cuba that raise holy hands unto God. But my heart breaks for the multitudes and the masses of people that are going through religious things and offering up unto God sacrifices that are unacceptable. And in the day that they go and stand before the judgment, I'll say this for the benefit of somebody might hear this that don't know. But in the book of Matthew, he says, many, masses, multitudes will come unto me in that day and say, Lord, look at all the good things we've done. And the saddest word a man will ever hear is, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. These brothers that intended harm, God turned it around. Some of you in here, you've got situations in your life. God wants to turn it around. And the only hope we have in this building this morning is Christ and Him crucified. You might have a sickness in your body, and it bothers me that people say that went out with the Bible days. The Bible says, by His stripes we were healed. Listen to me, saints. I get so, I don't know the word, I guess righteous indignation. Actually, if you want it shallow talk, I get mad. I get angry. When I hear people trying to take the work of Jesus Christ on Calvary, that perfect Lamb, that blood that was shed from the foundation of the world, that sin substitute, that He bore all of my sin on Calvary and redeemed me and has set me free and has given me a home in glory. But men will take the words of God and pervert them and say, well, it was just for this day and just for that day. But my God changes not. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. He'll do the same thing in your life. How many needs grace this morning? I need the grace of God. I can't go without the grace of God. He's calling. I went down by the flea market this morning to pick up some papers that I left yesterday. And the guy said beside me, said, well, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the church house. I don't open on Sunday. I worship God. When I looked at all those people down at the flea market, and I'm not saying anything, don't anybody, no, we ain't going there. That's how some people make their living. But how many of them don't have to be out of the church house this morning? And I'll even take it a step further, and some of you will disagree with me, but you can be born again, washed in the blood of Jesus Christ down there this morning and still be serving God. But how many that's going to walk up and down the aisles of that flea market have rejected the word of Jesus Christ? They have no desire to be in church. Go back to Romans chapter 1. I can't beg the church enough just to read that chapter and read it until you understand what happens to man every time he says no to the voice of God. I am a living testimony of what happens when a man knows God but yet refuses to know God. Kay was telling me the other day, she said, Mike, I read Matthew chapter 24. The words are in there of the days of Noah. They knew God. They knew God. But they never submitted unto God. These brothers with Joseph is a type of salvation. I don't like to get into types, but I can show you there was grace given to these men when grace was needed. There's grace here this morning for your heart, for what's going on in your life. As good as you are, the best you will ever be without Jesus Christ is an unregenerate Adam. That's all you'll ever be. Sadly, I've heard testimony after testimony of good moral people that had never received Jesus Christ. As good as moral people can be, they'll always be an Adam until the blood of Jesus Christ is applied to their life. Then, as we shared at Scotty's funeral, that old man is passed away. Behold, all things have become new. I wish I had time this morning to get into Adam and Eve. They never had a chance for the blood of Jesus Christ. He had not yet come. He had not yet died on Calvary. That was another age, another day, but they had to approach God with a blood sacrifice. I wished I knew what happened to Adam and Eve. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to close. The more we reject Jesus Christ, the more Romans chapter 1 becomes a reality in our life.